Good morning, everybody. We will be getting started shortly, so please make your way to your seats. We will begin shortly, so please make your way to your seats.
Good morning. Am I good? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. One more time. Good morning. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My name is Jason Fremstead. I lead supplier development, and I get to be the first person to welcome you to Walmart's 12th annual open call. Thank you for being here with us today. Open Call is all about you. It's about your stories, it's about your items, it's about your opportunity to grow with Walmart and Sam's Club, and I'm truly excited for you, I really am. Walmart's growth is not possible without you, and not possible without your items. It's your items that keep our customers and members coming back to our stores and clubs every single day. And so, for that, let's give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for being here. All right, so this year is extra special for a few key reasons. Number one, this is the first open call we've ever hosted in our new home office auditorium. Welcome to Sam Walton Hall. Secondly, we have a group here this week with us called America 250. We're a founding sponsor of the group. They're gonna be walking around, chat with them if you see them. They're actually building content. We're gonna collaborate with them. They really wanna learn about US manufacturing, about the American businesses, your businesses, that are the lifeblood of US manufacturing. And we're gonna work together towards a celebration next July of America's 250th birthday. So if you see them, chat with them, we're excited about that. And then finally, my favorite, this is the 40th anniversary of Mr. Sam Walton, our founder's Buy American initiative. So in 1985, Mr. Sam started the first Buy American initiative, and it laid the groundwork for all of the US manufacturing programs and investments that we've done over the last 40 years. And it ultimately led to what the greatest event we do every year, Open Call. So excited for that as well. Okay, so before we officially get started, one more. So we have a great guest, incredible guest speakers today. But to officially get started, we have the same way we start every Walmart meeting, and that's with the Walmart cheer. So the Walmart cheer is a big part of our culture. It means a lot to us. It means even more to share it with you. So if you do me a favor, go ahead and jump on your feet. And then I'm actually going to turn it over to the man himself to do this. Mr. Sam's going to lead us in the cheer. So get ready, we'll go to the video. All right, thank you.
All together now, the count of three. A one, a two, a three. Give me a W. Give me an A. Give me an L. Give me a squiggly.
Squiggly.
Give me an M. A. R. T. What's that spell? I can't quite hear you. Who's number one?
In 1985, Sam Walton saw the need to prioritize American-made goods.
I have a feeling that we can make a reasonably large contribution with our company, providing more jobs in the country as a whole. We believe that the merchandise can be made here in the United States, can be manufactured here in this country, and be as good or better than what others have been buying.
In 2013, we announced our commitment to invest $250 billion in goods made, grown, or assembled in America. And in 2021, we added another $350 billion.
But we're going to show some folks that it's the right thing, the fair thing, and that it will be good for Walmart, good for our customers' bottom line, and good for our country.
Today, our commitment to U.S. manufacturing continues to grow. We've been doing it since the beginning, and will continue for years to come.
Morning. How's everybody doing? Good, good, good. Jason said it. He said a couple of really important things, but today is one of our most favorite days of the year. I think everyone agrees. I've heard that 3 times so far today. So it's true, it's a theme, and I want to welcome you all here, and thank you for taking the time to come see us here in Bentonville, Arkansas. You are the first group that gets to participate in this event on our new campus, which we are excited about. But most importantly, we are excited about the opportunity we have to spend time with all of you. We talk about Walmart as a place of opportunity frequently. You know, I personally believe that. I started as a part-time sales associate in the garden center just across town here while I was in college. I thought I'd stay for a summer, and 32 summers later, I absolutely love this place. So 33rd, next summer, I'm looking forward to it. But our founder, you could tell, he was charismatic, ambitious, infectious in many ways with his personality and the way he managed. I only got to meet him one time when I was a kid, but I'll never forget it. But Sam had a vision that he kicked off in 1985, which was Made in America, and that continues today. Over 2/3 of what we sell at Walmart US is either made, grown, or assembled right here in the United States. That's something we're very proud of. And Sam was an entrepreneur. And this idea of Walmart wasn't the first business he started. He started at other businesses before, had worked other places, had a very successful business in Newport, Arkansas, and lost the lease to the business. So he started over here in Bentonville. And Bentonville at that time, when I got here in 1983, was a very small town, just a few thousand people, nothing like what it is today. So I hope that you hear today that there is an opportunity for you, there's an opportunity for you to grow, and that will affect hundreds of people all over the United States. So Sam was passionate about retailing, I am too. I love merchandising. I get up every day and I start with how were sales the day before, and I think about share and growth, because in retail, if you're not growing, you're shrinking. There's really nothing in the middle, so we want to continue to grow. Now, one of the things you saw in the video was Sam loved to communicate to people, and he usually had a yellow pad in his hand. He was usually taking notes. We have a lot of those in the archive, and you can get a glimpse of what was going on at that time. But if he didn't have a yellow pad, guess what he had in his hand? Anybody? Right, an item. Yeah, so I've got a photo, or a few photos, of some of the items that came about because of Made in the USA. And so there are a few up there on the right. Yeah, there they go. You'll see gloves that are made in Mississippi. In the middle, washcloths that came out of North Carolina. And then finally, a story I'd actually asked about on yesterday, was this wire chair that came out of the Midwest. And we all have stories. Jason, you have them. We all have stories of people that we met during this event that got into the marketplace, they got onto the site, they got into stores, maybe all three. And then the next thing is we're hearing about manufacturing operations they're opening somewhere in the United States. I was at a cutlery factory just about a year and a half ago that started the same way. So do know that the opportunity is big, the choices are endless, and we are really looking forward to a couple days to see you. 750 meetings, so a lot to do. Get your story right, get your pitch right, be quick, you're gonna meet some amazing people, and we're looking forward to hearing about the items. So to carry on with the legacy of the event, I have a guest today that I'm excited to introduce, Sam's grandson, Stuart Walton. Stuart is here today. Stuart is on our board of directors, and so we're gonna have a conversation about this initiative and what it means to all of us here at Walmart. Stuart, thanks for coming.
Morning, John.
Well,
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to little old Bentonville.
Little old Bentonville.
Foggy little old Bentonville. Goodness.
Yeah, it's changed a little over the years.
It has. rode my bike over here this morning and felt like I needed a GPS to get to the home office because it was foggy, and this part of town really looks a lot different than it did 5 years ago, I must say.
And if you need a GPS, we can get it with express delivery. We can have it in an hour.
I've got a Walmart package on my front porch this morning, actually. I spilled coffee on my iPad, keyboard over the weekend and ruined it. And just got a text message over here saying that it had arrived. So
okay, good.
Back in business.
We love feedback, especially when it's positive.
Always.
Well, look, first question. What was it like knowing Mr. Walton, being his grandson? I see Stuart sometimes in stores, and when he introduces himself and says, "I'm Sam's grandson," you can just see people's eyes light up because they're thinking about him and all. And so many stories, like we heard the other day, about people that knew him in the 80s and 90s, and he had such an impact. But what's it like for you? What was it like for you personally, being a part of his life?
Gosh, I mean, I'm 44 and I was 11 when he passed away, so about a quarter of my life I knew him, and it was the early quarter, the longest quarter from now. So, I have a lot of distinct memories. It's always great to see the videos. I actually have never seen the one of him doing the Walmart cheer, and I think he had a pretty good squiggly. A lot of executives get graded on their squiggly, and I see Dan Bartlett over here, whose squiggly is sort of mediocre on a good day. But Sam had a good squiggly, I think. Granddad had a pretty good one there. But gosh, he was sure charismatic, and he was, I mentioned this the other day, but we had the guy that wrote his biography with him in the last sort of 9 months of his life, came and spoke in this room to a bunch of associates. And I think at the end of the conversation, Doug asked John Huey something like, what's kind of your enduring impression of Sam? And John sort of thought for a minute, and he said, he was real. And I think like all that you see, the sort of showmanship and the messaging and the ability to communicate with associates and suppliers and leaders and really, have a profound impact. People really do remember him, and I think it was just because he was so real and authentic, and it was just kind of how he rolled through life. It was just kind of who he was, how he was, this Buy America program. It's funny what you remember as a kid, but I actually remember talking about it with him. And I remember, you remember those big poster board flip things they had in the stores where people would go buy like, Metallica or Nirvana, Star Trek or whatever. When this program was going on kind of in its early days in the 80s, they had one of those posters of a mouse, and it might have been Mickey Mouse, I don't know, it might have been a knockoff, but it was like a mouse like that, and it said "Made in America," and I had a little Walmart, banner at the bottom. And I remember buying it, like wanting my parents, like, we got to get this, we got to tell the story. And anyway, so it was a real thing. And I remember like around family time or whatever, it was something that was important to him. He was a real capitalist. He believed in the good of capitalism, the power of it, the importance of it, the ability to create wealth, the ability to distribute wealth, the ability for the pie to grow. One of their lasting programs is the Walton International Scholars Program, which is still going on. The family's still funding it. We bring about 100 scholars from Central America up to 4 universities in Arkansas to study business. And part of the deal of that is that they have to then go back to their home countries. And if you think back to the 80s, about when this program was launched, there was this big concern about USSR at the time and their influence on, like these Central American countries and sort of rise of communism. And so, he was a real believer in the power of business to make the world a better place.
I remember one time, my dad was with the company also from, I think, 1977, so I was 3. when I officially joined, we'll call it that. But I remember Dad coming home one time, and the company had just gotten to $1 billion in sales for the year, and Sam had decided to tell everyone that we would soon get to 100 billion and be in multiple countries around the world. He just had a vision for seeing things that others weren't thinking about. And when you're doing 1 billion, saying that in a few years get to 100, that's pretty significant. That's a big statement. But he was an entrepreneur that just always found a way. So people ask me what might be different from Walmart than other retailers. So we started in 62, a lot of other retailers did as well. But Sam had a 2-day head start on everybody, because we started the week on Saturday morning, and you add up 2 days a week, 52 weeks a year for all the years that he did it. Walmart had a significant speed advantage. So love to talk about speed for a second. Being an entrepreneur, which you and many in your family are entrepreneurs. A lot of Bentonville, we would give credit to Tom and Stuart and Alice, others. But talk about entrepreneurism, the grind you go through, and why does speed matter?
I think there's actually two sides to that coin that I really see with Walmart, and I really see it still today. One is speed of execution, move fast, try things out, try them in a few stores, roll it out to more. And one of my favorite stories about speed, it's almost hard to believe today, is at Sam's Club. Sam went to California to visit Saul Price
Club
in January of 1983. See this new retail, warehouse format, and opened the first Sam's in March of '83. 2 months later, from literally the first visit to the first store was 2 months, and by the end of the year he had three more. And, I don't think that's possible today, but you can move fast on a relative, I think even for 1983, that was like an incredible pace. And, he just had this notion that, like, we're going to move fast, we're going to learn what works, and if it works, we're going to continue to move as fast as we possibly can. I mentioned there's two sides to that coin. Flip side of that coin, which I think is equally important for entrepreneurs, is playing the long game. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that are probably more eloquent than I am about it. But, knowing like where the peak of the mountain is, even if you don't see the trail up, and knowing that you're just going to keep working towards it over decades, I think can allow you to be really bold. I think it can allow you to make a lot of mistakes, but you got to just kind of keep working towards that long game. And when we had $1 billion in sales, and Sam said we're on our way to 100. I think he made the claim that we'd hit that in 2000. Turned out it was 1997, and so that claim was what, in '83 or something. So like he was always thinking about the next decade, 20 years out. How do we keep what we got, which is special? He knew what we had was special. He knew the culture that Walmart and its leadership in the early days had established was special. So he thought about how to preserve that, how to ensure that the company was going to be an enduring success. And he always played, over a long period of time, and in the near term was able to iterate and move really fast.
In those years, in the early 80s, if you've read the book, you'll know some of this, or maybe all of it, but we tried home improvement stores. We had a liquidation center called Bud's. We had a craft store called Helen's. We had a drugstore called Dot Drugs. Sam's Club, Walmart. We got into food. 83 was also the year that your grandparents opened a fitness center and put it on campus, which was just relocated across campus. So there was a lot going on. And the thing that I learned, if there's a single lesson out of it, is you can't look at failure when something doesn't work as failure. You're learning. That's just how you learn. So when you're going through these experiences building businesses, you may get a yes, you may get a no, you may not know where the trail is, but just learn from it, be better the next time, and that's okay. But it feels personal sometimes when it's something that you came up with that didn't work, but that's just part of it. You have to place a lot of bets. So moving on then to Made in America. Been a lot of versions of it over the years. It's 40 years, 1985, when this was officially kicked off. You heard in the video a commitment of $250 billion, then it was raised to $350 billion after we accomplished that. We're on solid track to go through that number. So it's a big opportunity. Around the room, Stuart, are a lot of entrepreneurs that are thinking about how to build their business. What advice do you have for all of them in context of everything that we've talked about so far?
One thought that comes to mind on that is just, I think in business it's always important to try to, fly with a tailwind, identify what they are and sort of capture them the best you can. And, today in the US, it seems like there is a real tailwind, maybe several, around pushing for more manufacturing here, more production of goods, leaning into that. And that's been building, I think, for quite a while. But it is really important to, I think, sort of our future prosperity, future of the economy, future, ideas and innovation, growth, all those things really do come from being able to produce and innovate and create right here in America. And, he said it in the video, there's no reason we can't do it here as good as, if not better. And I think that's still true. We have tremendous advantages in this country, starting with the people, the spirit of innovation, the spirit of entrepreneurship. And the more we can lean into that, the more we can kind of recognize that there's a tailwind blowing in that direction today and put up our sails and try to capture it best we can, I think the more successful we'll be over time as a country. And I think it's important, Walmart can be a great facilitator and sort of elevator of some of these early companies, these upstart companies, getting into the market, learning how to scale, learning how to get feedback from customers and buyers, and really finding their way forward in partnership. And I hope that we can be a real resource and an asset to all of you as you build your businesses.
Yeah, so you'll have a couple of great days. Enjoy the meetings. You have people set up to help you. You're going to help us as well. Part of what we get to do every day is learn. We never stop learning. So we're going to learn from you. You'll learn from us. Wish you all the very best the next couple of days. I think it's going to be fantastic. Stuart?
Let me say one more thing to the folks in the room, which I think it's kind of humorously relevant to me today. But so, like you said, John, Sam started Walmart in 1962, and he was 44 years old, which is the same age that I am today, as I mentioned earlier. And I have no delusions about being in my Walmart starting year in life. But what's so interesting to me about that number is one, it's a lot older than people think. Two, you also have to appreciate that he'd been doing what he was doing for 20 years before that. So he'd been honing his craft, developing his expertise, building his knowledge, refining his style, understanding what works for a long time. But the first Walmart opened its doors, the summer of '62, and he was 44 years old, and look what it's become. And so, it's never too late. You can capture your experience and your track record before, package it up, and go forward at any age. And I just love that idea that's captured in that.
I do too. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago or today.
Amen.
So don't wait. All right, enjoy it, everybody. Have a good day.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie Zorb. I'm so excited to talk with you today because I have one of the coolest jobs at Walmart. My team looks around the world to find transformative innovation, breakthrough technologies that could change the way that we make our products or where we source them from. And so John and Stuart just grounded us in the past, in the history and our legacy of that Made in America program. And I get to pick up where Stuart just left off with innovation and how we capture that tailwind and move forward. Because we know that to build more manufacturing in the US is going to require innovation. We will need new technologies to make it possible to produce not only more items, but entirely new categories that are difficult to produce here today. I think everyone in this room knows firsthand how hard that can be in some cases. But we know that if we want to change where things are made, we're going to have to change how they're made. It's hard to imagine, though, sometimes the path that gets us there. And so today, we're excited because we've invited 13 companies who are reimagining what it could look like to produce the products on our shelves. Hopefully, even some of yours. They're pitching tomorrow, they're going to be pitching those breakthrough technologies to rooms of not only merchants, but product developers and other category owners and business leaders here. They're pitching those technologies, and we think that they could be part of changing the game for US manufacturing. Let's take the textile industry, for example. Can you imagine? Today, we know that less than 3% of apparel sold in the US is made in the US. That figure was 50 to 60% in the 90s. So can you imagine if we could take the old looms, our aging apparel and textile infrastructure in the US, and modernize it to make clothes here again? We don't have to imagine it. We have an innovator in the room today who's doing exactly that. They're retrofitting old looms with modern automation. It reduces costs because they're leveraging existing infrastructure. They're taking the old and making it new again. Let's talk about agriculture. Today, the US imports about 90% of our avocados. Can you imagine if we could grow avocado trees in planters in parking lots? What if our soils and fields were just 2 to 3 times more productive than they are today? We don't have to imagine it because we have innovators in the room today who are doing exactly that. They have innovative soil sprays and plant dwarfing techniques. These ideas increase the yields, and they do so regeneratively. They use less water, they produce less waste. They're lowering environmental and financial costs at the same time. Let's talk about ingredients and commodities that you can't even usually find in the United States. Can you imagine if we could produce some of our most important ingredients in US laboratories instead of shipping and sourcing them from halfway around the world? I think you know what I'm going to say at this point, but we don't have to imagine it because we have people here today who are doing exactly that. They're growing cocoa and palm oil in laboratories from Boston to Sacramento. We're making natural dyes and replacing oil-based ingredients in plastics and polyesters. They're replacing them with carbon-negative alternatives. Now, all those things might sound like some pretty far-out suggestions, to borrow a phrase from Mr. Sam, but they're exactly what we need to be paying attention to. Walmart's committed to addressing the root challenges that make US manufacturing difficult. It's going to take finding innovations like the ones in the room today and helping boost that tailwind to help scale them. So to our innovation companies here today, thank you for making the trip and coming. I can't wait to hear your pitches tomorrow. Thank you for daring to imagine these solutions and offering a vision of what the future of US manufacturing could look like. To the companies who are going to be pitching finished goods to our merchants tomorrow, my challenge to you echoes what Mr. Sam's advice was. Stay tuned in to those far-out ideas in your industry. If you can innovate in not only what you make, but in how you make it, you'll have a stronger business. You'll be more resilient, more scalable, and differentiated from your competitors. And so, it turns out, if you know where to look, it's not that hard to imagine a future of US manufacturing that's powered by innovations like the ones in the room today. We can make chocolate in a laboratory, and we can grow avocados in a parking lot. As we like to say here at Walmart, who knew? Thank you.
This year, the road to Open Call was paved with golden opportunities for suppliers. Whether you scored a fast pass, took part in our events in cities around the country, or were selected from thousands of applications nationwide. We're thrilled you're here.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Let's go, baby. We're coming to Bentonville.
Welcome to Open Call 2025.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming to US Open Call. I decided to stand up because we have guests, and I felt like I should stand up when I talk to y'all today.
Do whatever you want, Tim.
Do whatever I want. Let you say
Whatever you
whatever I want. It is so great to have you. My name is Tim Ritz. I lead our global sourcing function here at Walmart. My team and I get the opportunity to find items that make up our private brand. So Equate, Mainstays, Great Value, of course, Members Mark. And we are just so thrilled to have you here. We know a lot of you put a ton of work and time, so thanks for coming to see us here in Arkansas. I thought what we would do today is we would tee up what I'd like to call a little conversation in retail with some incredible friends of mine here. I'm going to call them retail giants. I think that's absolutely appropriate.
Whatever you think. Yeah.
Whatever you think, says Latrice. I have with me Julie Barber, who's our chief merchant at Sam's Club. Say hello to Julie, please. And I have Latrice Watkins, who's our chief merchant at Walmart US. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Very cool. Very great to have you. And we wanted to make sure that you got the opportunity to get some insights from us about how our business works, our formats, how we think about the future, the technology aspects that we're really pondering here as we think about our future. And so we're gonna do a little Q&A and share some thoughts. So the first topic that I wanted to touch on, and actually John and Stuart have already kind of touched on it, is that Walmart is a place where we can actually innovate, we experiment, we try things. And a lot of that experimentation led to some really interesting formats. Some worked, some are here today, some aren't. We talked about Helen's Arts and Crafts, we talked about our discount stores, but two of the most prolific formats in retail were born here. That is the Supercenter, and of course that is Sam's Club. And so I thought maybe, Julie, we could start with tell us a little bit about Sam's Club. Tell us about the model, tell us about the member, tell us what makes it unique and special.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Thank you all for welcoming us today. We're excited to be a part of this day. It's always very fun. Latrice and I have been doing this for a long time at Walmart and Sam's Club, and we do feel like it's one of the, as John said earlier, best days of the year. So thanks for letting us be a part of it. So Tim, Sam's is on an exciting journey right now. We are really in a fast-paced environment where we are rethinking our new clubs, adding new clubs, lots of remodels are happening, making sure the member feels very welcome with us. We've made a lot of changes to the website. Incredible things are happening as I think about speed of delivery. And most of all, we are thinking about amazing, amazing merchandise, which is what makes my job so fun. And when we step back and say, when you all want to put your items on our shelves, whether that's in the club or online, what are the best things that we want? We have a little bit different model, right? We only have about 4,300 SKUs in the club. So we want to make sure they're the absolute best SKUs. And so some of you are probably saying, wow, there's a lot more at Walmart. That's probably going to be an easier gig over there. No, actually, we have a ton of opportunity in those 4,300 SKUs in the club, plus many more online for you all. And when we think about what are the best SKUs, because we got to make sure they're the best, we think about curation. And we think about making sure that our team is focused on when a member comes in to the club and they have options, they want to say, these curated options are perfect for me. They know me. They know what I want. So we may not have 10 of every SKU, but we might have 3 of amazing SKUs in a certain set. So really curated. The other piece that we think is really important is surprise and delight. So when a member comes in, we want them to say, oh, wow, I didn't realize you had that amazing Members Mark sushi. Oh, wow, I didn't know you had that made in Texas item. I didn't know you carried that brand. So what do you all have when you come in and that member's like, I'm so thankful that there's something that is just for me in this club, and I'm pretty excited about it. The other piece, Tim, we talk a lot about is that club of the community, that local feel. So when you go into a club, you feel like it is a part of you. It is something that you have thought about, and when you go in, you might find a food that is important in your family that we can find there. Or it might be that there is a small business in your town and they're selling at Sam's Club now. So we really have this feel of knowing you, and we can personalize to you. So when you all bring your products, think about, what does that member in my town, what would they want? And I bet it's something that we would want at Sam's Club as well.
That's great. That's so interesting. Yes, it's such a unique format. It's so much about the special item. We do a ton of volume in those special items, so it's really, really unique and different. Latrice, tell us a little bit about Walmart. What makes it special as a format?
So many things make it special. I was trying to decide which one I was going to say, but at Walmart, we want to be America's favorite place to shop. And you should think about the merchants at Walmart US as America's personal shopper. And so as merchants, it's our job to give customers everything they need, what they want, and increasingly have the things they love across whatever their mission is. Wherever they came, they never come for just that one thing, or they think they do. But the missions are things like essential items. You all carry some of those items. I met someone with a natural deodorant today.
Oh, yes.
There she is.
Found her.
So essential items. There are also items like life stage items. Anybody starting a new fitness routine? Nope, it's not January yet. So there's the life stage. And then there are those moments when you really want to celebrate. And sometimes you think about holidays, you think about birthdays, graduations. Anybody got stuff for that? Anybody got anything for Taco Tuesday? That's my favorite holiday. Today's the day. And then there's lifestyle. I know there's some people here who have beauty items, health and wellness items, fashion items. So we think about the missions that a customer has across those different areas of focus. So they come in for a thing. So maybe you came in for a birthday and you thought you only wanted a cake, but you got the balloons, you got the tableware, you got the gift. That's what we mean by mission, having all the things that customers want for their mission. Now, it's important to have all those things, but they also still have to get them. And we have to give customers lots of ways to shop us. And for teams like you and sellers in our marketplace, we have to make sure that customers can get them however they want. So we offer, obviously, in store, which is most popular and we've talked about today, but we also have fulfillment centers. And that means we'll deliver either first-party items or marketplace items from our fulfillment centers, and we do it fast. Did anybody know that? Now you know. We deliver fast. And then we also have our marketplace that, like I said, could be in the fulfillment centers if you fulfill with Walmart. Manish will probably tell you more about that today. Or maybe you ship it yourself. So there are lots of options, both to do business with us and for us to serve customers. And I'm proud of what we do across all of those, both missions and options to give customers all the things they need, want, and love.
Yeah, I think the exciting thing, too, is that our member base at Sam's Club and our customers at Walmart, there's a lot of overlap. And they're going to both of these places getting a lot of things. And at Sam's Club, the other thing we've taken the opportunity to do is leverage some of the things that Walmart is doing. So from supply chain and other things, it's helping us get faster as well.
I just want to note that Taco Tuesday is a holiday in your house, and I'm going to invite myself over for that. So happy Taco Tuesday.
Bring the tacos.
I'll bring the tacos. I know where to get them now. Thanks for sending it out. That's great.
We do have a taco kit at Sam's Club if you want to stop by. If you're feeling like,
you can go to your app. If you go to your Walmart app, there's an experience for Taco Tuesday. It has everything you need, all the food, all the accessories, the margarita machine.
Ooh, between the two of us, it can all be delivered to Latrice's house in less than an hour. So you might not even have to bring anything.
Well, you know, and I'm going to scour the globe looking for those items in our global sourcing team to make sure that you're both adequately positioned for however you choose to furnish your Taco Tuesday. We are not on the cards anymore. It is pretty clear to everyone.
Does that mean we're out of time?
I don't know. I was confused about the shot clock, so I was.
Are we out of
We
time?
surely have one more question.
Not out of time. We do. We wanted to talk about technology a little bit, and that's impacting all of everyone's business, everyone in this room, small businesses, big businesses. We're all thinking about the future, how we're incorporating AI, what we're doing with this in a retail environment. And we have just so many different thoughts and ideas on how technology can advance us, help us continue to delight customers and members globally. So I'd love to hear a little bit about how you're thinking about that. And Latrice, do you want to tell us about how you're thinking about technology in Walmart?
Nonstop. Does that count? Has anybody here heard of AI? Well, that's good. We think about it a lot, and the thing that is most true about it is it's changing. We were thinking about some things that we wanted to do a year ago, and we made some changes to things like our catalog. The catalog is just the place where we put all the information about items we sell, we want to sell. And what we found is we can use AI to make it easier to fill that catalog. Not just easier for our teams, easier for suppliers, easier for you. If the information's available, we can use AI to populate the catalog, and then you don't have to do that work. You can be busy creating and innovating on items. The second thing about AI is it creates more efficiency. It helps us be more effective. So we've created a tool for our merchants called Wally, and they use it to navigate looking at their business, asking questions, which store is the best store for a particular set of items. So we have new capabilities that we're adding all the time. So the thing to know about it is it's changing all the time, and what we thought we'd used it for, like simple prompts, is no longer true today. We've built agents, and just the last couple of weeks, we actually hired 2 of our own agent developers. So within our team, we'll have people developing agents to do things like make sure that we are creating more efficiency for our teams, giving them the ability to do the things that take, human power to do, and being enabled by technology whenever we can, so that we make sure we get the most out of everyone that's here at Walmart.
Just getting faster and faster every day, and we're excited about it. Julie, tell us about technology over at the club.
Yeah, I would say if you step back just a little bit and think about our member in technology, one of the best things that the team has developed is our scan and go technology. So you walk into the club, you can scan it. I do this so often and frequent, it's so easy. A few extra things tend to get in there with my kids. They get my phone, and then you just walk right out. And I think when we are thinking about how to make sure it's more convenient for the member, we want to do that. We don't want them waiting in a long line. We don't want them having to get their receipt checked. And over 90% of people are able to just really walk right out. So I think there's a ton of technology in the club we're using with our scrubbers as well. They're making sure that we have technology to understand what the inventory is in the club. So a lot there. And then we're doing a ton in the merch world as well. And when Latrice talks about AI, we did piggyback, and we also have Wally, and we appreciate the shared resources there. So our merchants are able to really ask all those same questions. And then we're focused on a couple other main places, and one of those is personalization. So we know our member, we know everything about them. How do we think about what we know about them to personalize their experience and use AI to do it? That's one key. The other thing, and this has been stumping me, I've been a merchant for a long time, and I would say when you start thinking about catalog all the way through when an item actually lands in a club or on someone's doorstep, we've never been as amazing as we could be, right? If you think about all the steps in there, to the setting up the item, to the ordering, to where we're going to get it from, where's it going to go first, then it's going to go second, is it going to go to an IDC, is it going to go to someone's house? We're building with AI a brand new system that will essentially get things from the first order all the way to where they land more accurate. And we think that's going to save our suppliers a lot of money because we can be more accurate in our ordering and where it lands. So that's the second one. And then the third one really is just around making sure that we're thinking about how our teams work together across in a different way. So a lot of AI in what we're doing, a lot of agents being built. A big shout out to our tech team and Sanjay who leads that because they're moving with speed and pace. Yeah.
That's great. Those are great insights. It's all just happening so fast, and we're really excited about the future that we can create with tech.
So Tim, we generally like to ask all the questions, and so...
I know this about you.
So we're going to do that.
I know you are.
Maybe talk about, you've got a new job.
Yeah, I have a new job.
And... This one. And obviously AI is affecting all the things you do. Could be a simple prompt, but how is it in the sourcing world? How are you thinking about how to use AI?
Yeah, it's been really great. So we spend a lot of time with merchant teams and product development teams figuring out what's happening out there in the world and how we can turn that into amazing products and continue to grow an assortment that customers and members love. So one really awesome thing that we're doing with AI is looking at trend to product and using it to help sense and feel our way through some really great areas. Fashion has been really exciting to look at that. Home has been really exciting. But really everywhere there's a trend, we can use AI to help develop that into a product suite, and that's helping us go faster and create better items. So it's really, really, really been great.
Well, hopefully from what you've heard, we are staying on top of what matters most to customers and giving them lots of ways to shop at Walmart. We're using technology so that we can be better stewards of the business, both for our teams and for all of you who want to do business with us. We hope you have great meetings with our teams. They are, we think, the best in retail. So you're in the best place you could be to talk about the items that you have to give to our customers.
That's really well said. Listen, thank you to you both. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your amazing expertise in this area, and we really appreciate it. To everyone out there, I hope you have a really awesome event over the next couple of days. We so appreciate you coming, and thanks for coming to see us at Walmart. Thanks again.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, thank you, Latrice, Julie, and Tim. One more round of applause for Latrice, Julie, and Tim. I'm going to follow Tim's lead and stand for a second. That makes sense now to me, and then I'll sit down. So we just heard from our top merchants and our procurement leader on what we're looking for, how we're thinking about technology, how we're thinking about AI. We're now going to transition to how we support you. And so this is very close to my heart. And working in supplier development for a little over 3 years now, we've worked incredibly hard to build new resources and new ways to support you and to make it easier to do business with you. So excited to get started in that conversation. I'll sit down, ask the panelists to introduce themselves.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's Leah Platts. I lead our merchandising excellence team for Walmart US.
Hi, everybody. My name is Manish Janeja, and I lead a marketplace and fulfillment services team for Walmart US.
Good morning. My name is Alan Zigamasabo, and I have the privilege of leading our pantry, consumables, and OTC merchandising teams at Sam's Club.
Okay, so Leah, we're going to get started with you. All right, so I'm a new business. I'm just starting off. Can you tell me about the Grow With Us program we have and how we help suppliers scale with both Walmart and Sam's Club?
Yeah, great question. I'm actually going to start answering the question with a question. I don't know if that's good protocol or not, but how many of you guys know what percentage of our supplier base is registered as a small business? Any guesses on percentage? 60. There we go. Awesome. It's like you read my mind. So 60%. So clearly, small businesses play such an integral role in the broader company and our broader ability to service customers with what they need, want, and love. We want to be the best place that you can come to sell. But we know that it's not easy all the time to get started. So fast forward to earlier this year, and we started a Grow With Us program. And this program is super cool. It's the first of its kind for us, and it really consists of 4 parts. So we have a learning track, a discovery track, a mentorship track, and a financing track. I'm gonna walk through a little bit on each one of them. So I'll highlight learning first. From a learning perspective, we have a really, really great platform called Supplier Academy. And there are a ton of learning tracks out there, but what I'm most proud of is that we created a track specifically for you and for small businesses. And it's completely free. There's 30 classes available on it that are gonna help you get started and help you learn how to work with Walmart. Some of the most popular classes are Welcome to Walmart, Marketing 101, and then basically just business fundamentals. So it's got you covered from end to end, whether you're starting out or figuring out how to get that first purchase order to the customers with perfect accuracy. The next thing on discovery, we really have 3 places in terms of how you can get discovered. The first one is actually this meeting, and it is our biggest opportunity to get discovered. We're very proud of this program. The second place is to register as a small business on the Walmart website. There's gonna be technology coming down the road that's gonna offer more options. You heard Latrice and Julie talk about technology that's gonna get you discovered in different ways than we offer today. And then lastly, I can't emphasize enough that you should become part of one of the US's fastest growing digital businesses and join our marketplace. You can start selling today on Marketplace if you were interested and wanted to. So from a mentorship perspective, mentorship is super important. It gives you that safe space to ask questions. It's a new way to learn and diversify your thinking about how you want to run your business and grow your business. We have a mentor match program as part of Grow With Us, where we can pair you with people who have been in your shoes and taken this route before and have potentially even gotten that golden ticket and can give you advice and let you ask them questions over time. And then lastly, for financing, we have 2 great services to offer. One is an early payment service, and the second is a loan marketplace where you can go and shop and apply for loans to help you get your business kick-started. So all that information is here. There's some great booths out there. I really encourage you to go, talk, ask questions, and see what else is part of that program.
Thank you, Leah. Yeah, so, nice show. So like Leah said, right across the hallway, if you weren't in there this morning, there's resource areas. They're gonna be there till 5:30 tonight. And then you may have also seen supplier booths in the hallway. These are all suppliers that came through Open Call, that have grown with us, that have learned with us, and have helped us to develop these programs. So make sure to stop by and chat with them as well. They're not just there for product, they're there for mentoring, and they can answer a ton of questions you might have because they've been in your shoes. Okay, Manish, we're gonna move on to you. So Marketplace is growing faster than ever. We're investing more than ever in Marketplace. It's such an awesome, just marketplace that we have. So I love using it all the time. I think it's amazing. Can you talk about why everyone in this room should be on Walmart Marketplace and its benefits?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. I'm going to learn from Leah and ask you a question again. How many of you sell on Marketplace today? Wow. So a few years ago, they probably wouldn't have been a single hand raised in this room. So we've come a long way, but a lot of you did not raise your hand, so we have a long way to go. So I think the way to think about this is, the future of retail is not just first party and not just third party. It's first party and third party. It's not or, it's an and. And that's where Latrice's team and we work really well together, is to think about customer backwards so we can work with you to help you expand your reach to our large customer base. I think Stuart talked about an example where he said he's the same age as Mr. Sam's was, and but Mr. Sam's took 20 years of learning and trying different modules and ways of operating before he founded Walmart. Think about us as that extended aisle where we can actually empower you with the opportunity of testing a broad assortment. We know that you have a large assortment. We know we don't get all your assortment as a supplier into our stores. What Marketplace does is it empowers you to bring your entire assortment. Your entire assortment has demand. We know what the demand is. So we have our data teams that actually figure out what customers are looking for, what speed they're looking for, and what price they're looking for. So when you come into a marketplace environment and expand your assortment, you can think of this as a testing ground. You can test the SKUs that really operate well. You can actually help product innovation through it, and that resonates really well. What we've seen is more and more suppliers are becoming sellers, and a lot of sellers are becoming suppliers. So that layer is becoming sort of osmosis between the two layers. So there's no 1P or 3P, it's 1P and 3P. And what the team does is, we'll have a slide about this as well, I think, Jason, is we want to make it easy for you. We made it easy for you to sign up agreements. We made it easy to help you bring all your assortment online. And we have incentives which you get. So you get almost up to $75,000 off as a new seller. Not just that, we empower through fulfillment services. We help with repricing, so automatic, so you can actually focus on customers and product innovation, and let's take care of the tedious work that you do. And that is how we help you connect with a much broad base. I'll bring it to life with an example. I have twin boys who just turned 9 this past weekend. One kid likes, I would say, normal birthday parties. The other guys will find the oddest combination ever. And a few years ago, I could find the normal one much more easily. But this time, if I go to Walmart, I could find exactly the themes, like Latrice was talking about the journeys, right? So I can actually fulfill their wishes on Walmart.com thanks to you guys and the ones that have become sellers by bringing that extended assortment of products that we don't carry in store. So that removes the limitation of a physical shelf space in a store and helps you basically have an endless aisle reach. So come talk to us outside this room. We'd love to talk to you about how to help you get on board, help serve customers what they want, need, and love. And there's never been a better time than now to be in Marketplace.
Absolutely. Thank you, Manish. All right, so Alon, I'm going to come to you next. So having been a merchant myself, I've spent a lot of time in my career working with suppliers. Can you talk a little bit about what makes a great supplier and how do merchants support our suppliers?
Happy to. I'm just going to double click on something that Julie said at the beginning so eloquently. At Sam's Club, we got 4,300 SKUs. So imagine going from a universe of hundreds of millions of SKUs to cut it down to 4,300 SKUs. And they're not the same SKUs in every club, by the way. So that takes a lot of communication, that takes a lot of planning, a lot of conversations. And I'll just click on a couple of things that I think are super important. One is understanding our strategy, right? What is this item that you are trying to sell us? What role does it play in our assortment? What member is it serving? What is the member's biggest concerns? Is it value? Is it affordability? Those are two different things sometimes. Is this some surprise and delight? Are they looking for some indulgence? Are they looking to feed their family? And more important too, how does it show up in our club? So getting the right pack sizes is super important, right? We're serving suburban families, and you're understanding the frequency rate. How many times can you see this member? Pallets. We got big pallets in our clubs, so your item is a billboard. So getting packaging right, understanding how it flows through our system is super important. In the old days, you just go pick it up and walk right out. Now you can go through the back door, you can go through a Spark shopper, you can go through IFCs. So you gotta build it in a way that is sustainable, that it can go through every channel that we run. Communication, of course, is central to that. And by communication, I mean proactive communication and transparent. A lot of times, things don't go right. So let us know ahead of time so we can help you solve through that. If you try to wait that things are gonna turn out better, it doesn't, at that point we have no options, and then we kind of erode trust with our members. Our members expect us to be there for them, and we have to work together to make sure that we deliver on that. And then finally, I would say, keep innovating, right? Challenge us, push us. If you go from millions of SKUs to 4,300, we tend to say no a lot. We don't always get it right. So push us. Have us test something. Let's go try something online. If we get that right, I think you're gonna find out that we're really good at taking care of members together, and we're gonna grow. One example of us getting this right is, how many of you guys know about Kinders? They make spices and condiments. Great company, and I hesitate to kind of bring them up because I have so many examples, but I had to pick one, so let me go with this one. Kinders and us have been on a big run for the last 5 years for a couple of big reasons. One, we are aligned strategically on what is important and where we're going with this business. So 5 years ago, obviously, everybody was struggling with supply surety. Inflation was rampant, and there was, frankly, a lack of innovation. So we challenged them to keep prices low for our members. And we were able to deliver that consistent value for our members. Two, they prioritize Sam's Club in a way that, one, because we actually worked ahead of time with them to make sure that they understand our true needs. As things were changing, people are not going to restaurants anymore, cooking more at home, trying to discover new products so they don't serve the same boring dishes. So they were able to help us kind of keep prices low, keep things exciting, and come to us first with new innovation. So that's one great example of really working with the merchants and really building a plan that can allow you to scale rapidly. And if you see them, they're everywhere. And they've done a good job at Walmart, Sam's, and continue to grow, and we're proud to be part of that success.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, we have just a couple minutes left. Go. 2 minutes left, just your 30-second answer on this one. So what advice would you give to a new supplier navigating Walmart or Sam's for the first time? Leah, we'll start with you and work down.
Yeah, I'll probably double down on use the resources that are available to you. There are a lot of people that want to help you on your journey to sell your product at Walmart and at Sam's. And give us feedback because, you know, for example, Grow With Us, it's new. You're going to be the pioneers that help make it better for the people who come after you. So we just really appreciate your feedback and would really like to collaborate with you on how to continue to make things better for you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jason. So we talk about Walmart being the favorite place to shop for America. We also want Walmart to be the favorite place for you to sell. That's how we want to operate, work backwards from customers. So bring your entire assortment, sign up for Marketplace, talk to us, give us feedback. The platform that we're building, the incentives we're building is for you to help succeed. And we have a level playing field. What that means is if you get the right items at the right price, at the right speed, which we can help you with, you win that buy box because we want to make sure we can serve the customers what they're searching for. Bring your entire assortment, work with us, give us feedback, you know, and let's get you on Marketplace.
Awesome.
All right, one, just know that every merchant that you're going to meet tomorrow wants you to win. So they're going to be excited to talk to you, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Two, ask questions, right? The right questions can guide you in the right direction, and you can really tailor your item to what we're trying to get done. And then finally, just have some fun, right? This is, even if you hear no to tomorrow, maybe not now, but come back and let's get it done next time. Good luck.
That's fantastic. Thank you to our panelists. We truly appreciate the time, all the advice and the guidance. We're not the only ones that are here to support you, though, so we're going to run a video, some folks supporting you as well. So we'll turn over to the video. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. It's my honor to welcome you to our great state and to Open Call.
It is inspiring to see so many innovative products being pitched today, especially those proudly made here in Texas.
Here in Delaware.
Right here in the great state of Florida.
Right here in New Jersey. In the great state of Maryland.
Right here in Utah.
Right here in Kansas.
Here in Ohio.
Here in Massachusetts.
Our entire state is proud of your hard work, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you for supporting your local communities with quality jobs and opportunities for Missouri families.
I'm thrilled to see so many products being pitched at Walmart's Open Call, especially those made right here in Puerto Rico.
This open call also shows that Walmart has a great imagination and an unshakable loyalty to our country.
These products aren't just things. They're the embodiment of bold ideas driven by the grit and the ingenuity of entrepreneurs like you.
Congratulations on reaching this milestone, and best of luck at this year's Open Call.
Thank you for your hard work and entrepreneurial spirit.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you for visiting Arkansas and good luck at Open Call.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Melody Richard, and I have the pleasure of working with the team that ensures we have great assortment at great prices in snacks. Do we have some snack suppliers in here? Beverages, dry grocery, and coffee. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing our special guest. How many of you have seen a show based in Montana? Thank you. Maybe with the Duttons? Yes, Yellowstone. Today we are excited to have Cole Hauser here with us. Yeah. Cole has become a household name. I didn't even get to finish the introduction.
It's all right, come on, one more time.
Please help me welcome Cole Hauser.
Thank you, Melody.
Dazed and Confused, Good Will Hunting, all the things.
Yeah.
We are so excited to have you. He is
Great to be here.
also the co-founder of Free Reign Coffee. So thank you so much for being here. This is Open Call.
Right on.
And
Who's first?
tell us a little bit about Free Reign. We're going to talk about the coffee here for a minute. How did it come to be? Tell the group here today about Free Reign.
So I'm a avid coffee drinker. I drink coffee with my wife from about 7 to 11 a.m. in the morning every day. So anything that I want to do in business, I always want to have a passion and a love for it. So coffee obviously fit that for me. We started from the bottom up. We bought a small roastery in San Angelo, Texas. I created the name Free Reign, which then came up with the quote, "Get up and get after it and follow your dreams." I was a part of all of the different products we have, whether it's Texas Pecan, American Dirt, which is my favorite. I basically had them burn the bean until it was almost on fire, and I was like, you can stop there. I like dark roast. So, we've been kind of trucking along, and we've started an amazing relationship with obviously Melody and Tommy Reed and all the employees here at Walmart who I've had the honor to meet several times now.
Thank you so much. Get up and get after it.
That's right, God damn it.
Free Reign has a strong commitment to first responders and veterans. Thank you so much. Tell us more about that and why that's so important to you and to your brand. I know we have a lot of veterans here in the room. Thank you for your service.
22 years ago, I had the honor to go to Walter Reed and see firsthand what was going on with our children as they were coming back from Iraq. And it became a real mission for me as a young man to give back, serve in my way. So I started traveling the country, first going to Tripler, Walter Reed, as I told you. I've been over to Afghanistan with the USO tour. And got back and started really, diving into all the different charities, whether it's Wounded Warrior. I'm on the board of Special Operation Warrior Foundation. And so, it's a real simple kind of transition for me to give back to not only the veterans, but first responders, teachers, doctors, everybody who's out there really giving, their all. So for me, it was just an easy transition, and it's something that I'm very passionate about and will continue to be passionate about.
Thank you so much for that commitment, and thank you again to everyone in the room that has served our country.
Yes, thank you.
We are so proud to be one of the first retailers to sell Free Reign. How is your journey and collaboration? You talked a little bit about Tommy, Tasha, and the team, and how we've continued to work together. How has that been with Walmart? And tell us a little bit about that experience.
When I first came here, I think it's 2 years ago, I got the opportunity to meet you both, and, Free Reign was in its infancy. And I told you about it. You guys looked at me and said, well, come back when it's ready. And I said, I will. And so I did, and you guys
That's a true story.
Yeah. I did several, a year later, and, we've now, started this kind of amazing relationship. And what I've noticed about you guys at Walmart is every time I come here, there is a family feel. And obviously, I think it starts with Sam, and it's really bled through the ranks. And I'm just honored to be, a part of such a wonderful company. And, thank you for the opportunity that you guys have given us to really go out and push coffee and push dreams and push, excellence and quality. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Our customers and associates have loved it as well. And I think you had an experience with that recently. Do you mind if I play the video?
Sure.
Okay, let's see.
Cold coffee, Walmart, match made in heaven.
Wow, excited for everyone to try free reign.
Just so excited about this opportunity to be at Walmart.
Thank you to Walmart.
It's really good. It's really good. It's smooth.
We did it. We got to Walmart.
It is a dream come true. It is a dream come true.
You were so kind with all of the customers and associates. Thank you for spending time. And it was so fun to see you do the squiggly. Right? Did you do the squiggly?
That's not in the video. That never happened.
Next time. So you have new products coming out. We especially marking America's 250th anniversary. Can you tell us about that? I think we're going to see a picture of it here up on the screen as well.
It's the baddest coffee bag in the business is what it is. Where is it? Yeah, I designed that with Robert Frey's. It's something that we did together, and it's a pretty cool bag in my opinion, but it's going to be, I haven't really figured out the roast yet, but it's coming soon.
Yeah, it looks great,
Yeah.
and we're excited to be launching that exclusively at Walmart during our 250th anniversary. And as Jason mentioned earlier, America does turn 250 next year. I think we're about 8 months away. We have a countdown as the America 250 Steerco is working together. And with Walmart being such a big part of it, we want our customers and associates and suppliers and communities to feel a part of this. As a founding sponsor of America 250, we will be making this milestone in many ways. We'll celebrate local heroes. We're going to bring neighbors together, and we're going to shine a light on the stories that make our country so special. And we'll do that through something called the Our American Story, which is an initiative to share the stories and voices of families, veterans, associates, and neighbors, every story. We're kicking that tour off this week here at Open Call. So out in the parking lot, you're going to see the America 250 Airstream. Has anyone seen that yet? No? Maybe? You're going to see it. The America 250 Airstream is going to be out parked on our campus here for the next few days. And you will see it. You can step inside and you can share your story. So please join us in sharing that. And we are going to continue to gather those stories and share those in the year ahead. You're also going to see great products like this one. Oh, it's off the screen now. It's up here in the front. Come to life with America 250. So if you have ideas on products to come to life for next year as well, we'd love for you to share those with us. So thank you so much, and thank you for Free Reign bringing that incredible product for us for next year. So lastly, we have an audience of prospective suppliers, many of them small businesses, many of them first time to Arkansas. Do we have some first timers to Arkansas? And as they go into their pitch meeting, so tomorrow they're going to go meet with the Tommy Reeds of the world, and they're going to go pitch. What words of advice?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Just kidding.
What words of advice do you have for the prospective suppliers here in the room today?
I'll just use a story that happened with me and with Walmart. I think most people think it's about the transaction, it's about the sale. It's about building relationships. I've always believed in that, whether it's in my business or in now my first business, is getting to know people. And, whether it happens or doesn't happen this time around, persistent till you succeed. There's a great old quote, true failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Never feel shame for trying and failing. For he who has never failed is he who has never tried. So just remember to just keep kicking ass, meet as many people as you can, build relationships, and stay positive and have a good time, man. Have fun, Don't take life too seriously and never get out of it alive.
Thank you. Please thank Cole Hauser. Thank you.
What a great session today. Can you give one more round of applause for our incredible speakers? Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Jacqueline, and I have the privilege of leading our supplier excellence team. It's my job to help you succeed, and I love my job, which is why I'm so excited you're here with us today. And we're just getting started. We have even more opportunity for you as you move forward on your journey to grow your company. Right across the hall, we have resource learning lounges packed with tools, teams, and insights, all you need to succeed, covering the end-to-end needs of your business, from setup and early stage learning, to growth programs and services, to sustainability and culture. And who doesn't love food? We have lots of great options for you to try, all from our Sam's Club and Walmart private label. We'll also have something new this year. Throughout the day, we'll have supplier success education tracks here in the auditorium. These 3 sessions are designed to give you tips on how to get started, help you grow, and guide you in sustaining your business for years to come, helping you with your company culture and your brand. How does that sound? You'll also get to hear from more Walmart leaders and suppliers who've been through Open Call and have experience to share. So get your pencils out, we're going to school. And there might even be some audience participation, so don't be shy. First, a bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions throughout the day, look for the volunteers in the yellow t-shirts. They're out there. They're supposed to wave at you. You'll find them if you have questions, I promise. I've seen lots of them. And we're about to have a quick break. Quick being the key word, because we need you back in your seats at 10 a.m. promptly. You won't want to miss what's next. Get ready. It's a great day in Bentonville. The energy, the opportunity, the connections, it all starts now. Welcome to Open Call.